Hello everyone, my name is Sean C. Harrison as usual, your Jamaican singer, songwriter, poet, general writer. I'm here today at the Johnstown Primary School to share with students, staff and guests my journey as a writer, as well as here we have a display of my work. I am also going to read poetry for the students after I present, giving them a small charge. So it is my pleasure to be here, of course, and always good to interact with the children. They are the future, and we must love them and protect them as even we protect ourselves and care for ourselves and even more. So I implore everyone, take care of a child today. When you see one late on the road, when you see one in need of something to eat, please let us go back to being a land of people, a nation of people who always will treasure our children and not harm them and not do to them what it is that is detrimental to their health and their well-being, as well as their physical, mental and spiritual development. So thank you everyone. I invite you also to look at upcoming pictures of the day's activities. We're having the end of parent week and it's about literacy. So I'm going to be posting pictures of the day's activities that I will be involved in. So thank you everyone, and come along with me on a journey to discovering and for documenting Jamaican nation life, Jamaican national life. So all the best.
Jason, how much time I must talk to you? You have a bad way long now, and I don't know what to do. A quarrel, Pete, take away your things, but you not care. Be tired to tell your children must share. How much time you see me and your mother when people come in and they need, or when we don't have it to give them? Why? You can't take it. You can't live your life to yourself and expect good to follow. You sure you have heart in there? Let me see the chest plate color. Don't laugh with me. I'm not making no joke. Think a little time you can't manage the food and I see you out joke. Come in nice son. Do better than that. And don't make me have to hook my mouth every minute and chat. Remember, if you go to school and your friend don't have no food, don't run and make him ask. Don't be so rude. Open your book to somebody else and share with who don't have none. You might see you practice hard enough. Sharing is real good fun. When God ready to reward you, you never can believe. But the Bible says it is more blessed to give than to receive. Me and your mother know this song. Start right now and hear. Go on, go play with your friend. And remember, children must share. Say it with me. Remember, children must share. Say it again. Children must share. Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
No, come again.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. That sounds much better. That sounds much better. Right. So hello again, principals, staff, students, parents, and guests. I am Sean C. Harrison, Jamaican singer, songwriter, poet, and general writer, as well as mental health advocate and mental illness sufferer. It is my express pleasure to be here today to share with you my own creative journey. In part, as a boy, I never dreamed I would have been doing all the things that I am now. That's all the things I listed to you and even more. I only had one little gift, to sing and to cheer the hearts of many persons since the age of only 3 years, which I did until adulthood. But then problems with medications and my voice caused me to stop singing and forced me to turn to other forms, children, please turn to other forms of expression. And so here I am today. to charge you, to encourage you, to even educate you and to motivate you along the line of creativity, your very own abilities, to say how you can develop on them and to share in part my experiences on my journey. Many of you have not yet discovered your abilities, and it may take some time for you to find yourselves and those things which make you uniquely you and the special individuals you all are. There are a few things I would like to share with you, which are important to remember and put into practice as you grow up and as you seek to empower and distinguish yourselves in whatever field of endeavor, whatever you are good at, whatever you love, whatever fields of endeavor you are, find yourselves. My own unfolding as a multi-talented creative, meaning someone who has different abilities and along the lines of creativity. So I sing, I make poems, and I write discourses, as well as I tell jokes, all of that. My own unfolding as a multi-talented creative came over a period of many years, and there are a few things I have taken note of. I have, picked up along the way, and here are 7 little things to keep in mind. Please, students, may I continue to have your attention and be quiet. I'm going to start now. The first thing is to ask yourselves, what do I do best that comes naturally to me? When you identify this, it starts you on your way to the place of becoming great at what you do. Do you know many people are much older than you and never find what they are good at? But I charge you, take note of yourselves and the things you like to do along the lines of creativity and distinguishing yourself. It even means you love your bookwork. Children over here, I'm still hearing you talking. Hello, hello. I'm still hearing you talking. Right, so that is often a challenge, but what it is that comes to you naturally, that you are best at, is one of the best places to start as it concerns your journey to being a creative. And even as we focus on literacy today and reading, it is important for me to mention to you that my abilities were discovered pretty early as it concerns the English language. I found that I was good at that subject in school. In that time, we didn't call it the English language. We called, in that time we didn't call it language arts, sorry. We called it English language. You may know it as language arts. Anyway, so first, identify what you can do. Second, take every chance you get to improve yourselves in that area or those areas. If you can draw or paint, make things with your hands, sing like me, or are just a good, bright student, then I encourage you to strive to be better at what you do by paying attention to those who are helping you develop in those areas and paying attention to applying yourselves by taking every chance to practice your skill set. So I encourage you to listen attentively to teacher and be a good student first of all, because this is the foundation that you are building your life upon. And it is important, especially, that you get the basic skills that you need to branch out when you are older and to do what you want to do and to be what you want to be. Number three, as you decide to take things a step further, you may have to start something new, but don't be afraid. Start somewhere, and as soon as possible. Remember that if you don't start, you cannot finish, right, students?
Right. Yes, sir.
You cannot finish if you don't start. So many persons end up making the mistake of not taking action to take their abilities and their dreams further. If you are an artist, draw or paint as many pictures as you can. If you are a singer, sing every chance you get. If you are a footballer, then play football every opportunity. It is only in doing so will you will improve and build upon your skills. So as children who have different abilities, practice, practice, practice. Do the very same thing that you are good at, and I'm sure you will get much better. And importantly, please remember not to be afraid to fail from time to time and make mistakes sometimes. Becoming better will also depend on whether or not you will make failure push you further instead of pushing you back or backwards. So allow failure. You try to draw this thing, you don't get it right the first time. You try to sing this song, it doesn't sound quite right. You go it over. You try to draw the same image again. You try to add something to it. You try to get it. Determination is very, very important. So remember, don't give up on your dreams just because you may have a little bit of problem or problems fulfilling your calling. I made many mistakes writing my songs. I had to remote, I had to erase, I had to stop the tape recorder and go over and do some parts. Otherwise, poetry that I write, I had to go over and correct things too. And I didn't start out, as I said, as a poet or a songwriter or any other thing. I just had one gift, but then I was faithful in the little that I was given. And that is important for you to know. Be faithful in what you have been given, and you will get more, I guarantee you. If it's even in the same area, you're going to get better. You're going to somehow be one of the best that you can find in those fields of endeavor that you choose. Number 4, quickly, invest in yourselves. Get all the tools and aids, and you might need mommy and daddy and auntie and uncle to do this for you at this stage. But both when you are this young and when you have grown, invest in yourselves. Get all the tools and aids you need to do your best work. Find the best equipment, the best material for your talents to be enhanced. As a songwriter, I remember I would have tried over the years to get good quality voice recorders, things that you can use to record yourselves talking or singing, as well as cassettes. You don't know cassettes, or some of the older people here would know cassettes. I'll try to get the TDK and the Maxell and all those good cassettes that used to be sold when we used them. And I would try to make my music sound as good as I could have, or as wonderful as I could have. So to record my songs, I got good quality cassettes, and just in general, I made sure I had the best stationery and printers to print my work and to collate them, put them in some nice sturdy plastic folders and have them put down. Because I knew one day within myself and within my heart, I would be great at what I did and do. And I don't have a fortune, I'm not rich. My bank account is empty at this point in time. And I even told this the principal, I'm telling you the truth, that I only came here with my dead fear. And I want to survive at this point in time on the kindness of others, as well as a small little pension, NIS pension I'm getting. But look here, when I see what I have been able to produce, and when I put it on social media, to tell the students, when I put it on social media, and when I see the responses, it warms my heart to know that first, I made use of what I had before, what was my existing talent, so that God could multiply it, and then I actually practice and practice that till I got better at it, and I would have been able to do so much up to this point. As a something of an author and a poet, I have a total of 9 publications online selling on the Amazon platform. And important to tell you, going back, if I never decided I was going to try to start writing my own books and putting my poetry together and books and everything, I don't know where I would be today, because I wouldn't have all that material. When I got sick as a mentally ill person, are you listening to me, students? Are you listening to me? Yes, when I got sick as a mentally ill person in college at Intermediate College, and I dropped out, totally disappointed, totally demotivated, totally disillusioned, and I had to drop out and come back home while my batchmates were down there studying and would eventually graduate. And I am back here in St. Thomas to recuperate. You know what I did sometime after? what I learned, the little bit that I learned in music school, I came back home, and as I was recovering from being sick, from the mental breakdown, you know, when they say, I'm mad in my mad out, yes, I walked that road, and I still have to take medication. And so I want to tell you, please students, I need to have your attention. I need to have your attention. You are too rested. Be quiet, please. And so, even as I came back home, I taught myself how to play little things on my keyboard. I sat down around my keyboard. I practiced the scales. I practiced my arpeggios. I practiced the chords. And eventually, I was able to create tracks, backing tracks, music for my songs. And today, I have some of them published. What if I never started? What if I was discouraged to say this was too hard? What if I said it didn't make any use because nobody would hear or listen to it? Who would I be today? There are so many persons who tell me that when they hear my music, they are so lifted up and warmed by what it is that I do. Let me tell you, man, listen to me today and follow what I say, and I know you too can become great. After this, number 5, you should make sure, having started your journey to excellence and accomplishments, that you never stop doing what you do. Until the day you die, press on, persevere, pursue your passion. You will never feel fully accomplished if you stop halfway. Don't stop halfway through. Go all the way. Children, students around the back there, students around the back, may I have your attention, please? Go all the way and be all you can be. I have gathered and created so much material myself, yet I keep writing and creating to this very moment, to this very day. So it was just yesterday I wrote this presentation after deciding I'm not just going to talk, I'm going to write something. And it was just yesterday morning that I laid on my bed and typed this onto my computer. So, as I say, you are only guaranteed to set yourselves on a level that gets you noticed, meaning, you know, at the level, you know, of excellence that gets you noticed and celebrated. People coming to hear you, people being excited about your work, people talking about your work, listening to your music, watching you draw, buying your paintings, or whatever you do. Yes, as well as respected. And that's important. Everybody wants respect. Aretha Franklin said, a great singer. Everybody wants respect. And if you keep doing what you do, you will have these things, I almost guarantee. Don't allow any discouragement or roadblock to stop you from being the best you can be. Take my example as someone who became mentally ill at age 90. It has been a very difficult journey for me. Yet, my determination with God's help and leading, as well as the kindness of good people, have all helped to make me who I am today. Almost through with the presentation. Always along your journey, number 6, seek to help others become better at what they do, and in whatever ways, other ways you can, be a blessing to those you meet along the way. Then do it. Whatever you can do it by all means. Remember, the hand that reaches for you today may be the same hand you reach for tomorrow. Tomorrow, say it after me, man. The hand, let's say that after me. Remember, the hand that reaches for you today.
Remember the hand that reaches for you today.
May be the same hand you reach for tomorrow.
May be the same hand you reach for tomorrow.
Thank you. Make sure you do all the good you can to all the people you can, in every way you can, for as long as you can. And finally, the 7th pointer, always acknowledge Jehovah. That is God. That's a formal name for what we call God, who we say is up in the heavens, and you know He's all around. Jehovah. And there are other names, but this is, I believe, is the most commonly used name in the Bible. So I always try to refer to it. Always acknowledge Jehovah and seek to serve and please Him in all you do. He is the reason you are here And He is the one who gives you your gifts and talents. Do you know that all your abilities come from God? Did you know that? Did you know good? Did you know that He was the one who gifted you to do all those things, to create and to do all those? Yes. So it is imperative and very and most important that you acknowledge Him, serve Him, follow Him, and please Him. And everything else, I believe, will fall in line. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Thank you. May I have a round of applause, please? And now, thank you. Yes, thank you. And now, it's time for a little bit more of entertainment. I'll soon be through, but I'm sure. Would you like to hear a few other poems from me, like the first one I did? Would you like to hear them? Good. I'm going to read just a few more for you. That poem that I read first to capture your attention is entitled Children Must Share. So I hope you take a lesson from that. And so, secondly, second poem that I will read for the smaller ones. Where are the children who are below 7 years old? Anybody younger than 7 years old? Okay, that's fine. 7 and younger? That's fine. Anybody? Alright, this one is especially for you. So I'm going to start with this one that I wrote some years ago. And it's entitled A Honeybee. A bee! A bee! A honeybee! Tell me, what is this I see? He suckles a flower and darts to another with energy I've never known. I must say I like to view him in flight, his petals almost fully grown. A bee! A bee! A honeybee! The honeybee lights upon me. Then as we start walking and as we go talking, there is so much I learn. Do they give you money for taking your honey? He buzzes back. That's absurd. I think he's too kind, but he doesn't mind. And as he soars through the air, he leaves me a secret and asks, can you keep it? The truth is, it's more fun to share. Thank you. That's what it is. That's especially for you. You would like that one to school for you and teach it to you so that you can recite it in the festival also. Anyway, I want to read a pretty educative piece next that is entitled Reading Naked the Man. We are all here today about literacy and reading words, letters, phrases, all of those things that come together to make things that tell stories, make writings that tell stories and give histories of our past and all of those documenting things. Reading naked the man. What is that? Let me look. Ah, I see. It's a book. I wonder what it has in store. Oh, my friend, tell me more. Do you know how much I need to read a book like this? I need a book like this. It's fun to read. It's not the same just being told. Reading's like discovering gold. It makes you learn of many things. What a joy reading brings. It takes you on adventures far as if you're riding in a car. It stretches your imagination and fills your heart with inspiration. When you read of great men who did so many things back then, it makes you understand the way that things work. What can I say? If you read your books, my friend, your knowledge of things never ends. In magazines, journals, and newspapers, you can read of brave men's capers. In fact, I tell you, all around, look all around your classroom, all around can things be read and words be found. Look at signs, they're all about. Words are powerful, there's no doubt. And my little friends today, this is what I have to say. Take a book by the hand, like how you have your book, nice, and you have your other books. Yes, take a book by the hand Did you hear? Reading maketh the man. Let's repeat that. Reading maketh the man. Let's repeat that again. Reading maketh the man. It's important for you to read all that is good and uplifting, and you practice that, and you will become better writers, you become better readers, you become better persons who can learn more articulately and otherwise things that you need to know. It can only help you if you realize that reading maketh the man. Good. And now, another little poem that I have for you is one that is a patois piece, because I was told that I need to do a couple cultural pieces. So here we go. I mean, I wrote this poem and so many persons would laugh when they hear it, but I'm going to try you and see if you will laugh today if you find it funny, because some persons do. From one junker to another. Percy, me a fly out a cabin 6 morning and guess where me sight? Look like somebody carried a dog out there sometime last night. Him just anything for him not even as well. Well, me and you know them nicer when they start to spell. Still, Percy, him big, you see, look like a one rich yard him come from. Belly fat and pretty like any taco ram. Seems you have source of rice and peas and chicken, but him feed. Come to think of it, but one them poor thing did a breed. Percy, them boy if I remember we you give up. And we deal with such things for nobody else but hard around. We come up our heart like we for a job growing here. We have anything we say. For we no have no shit. Thank you. And so, while you're down, here is a little, there's a Tracy with that poem. There is a story in that poem, and one of the things that you need to understand as students who are coming is that there are many ways to tell a story. Just like they say there are many ways to skin a cat, there are many ways to tell a story. And poetry, the vehicle of poetry, is one of them. So I'd like to challenge you students to start writing. Start creating your own stories. You can tell a story by drawing. You can tell a story by writing a composition. You can tell a story by singing a song. And so many things, as I said, drawing. So I challenge you. Whatever it is that you choose to do in life, just know that reading is important. And that it is important for you to also put into practice what you have been taught. Now, winding down, read the winding down. There is a poem that I wrote that is entitled, Our Summer River Runs. And this poem was written based on the factual happenings where I grew up down by Redden in near to Morate, behind a depressed community, but I didn't grow up behind this depressed community of Cottage Spring, but behind that depressed community was the Morant River. And we as boys used to go there in the summer, and we would swim, and our beer would soak in the water till it was white. And so I want to give you this factual account of our experiences there at the river and how much fun we have in standard English, right? But let me tell you something. I want, before I say this poem that I recited before from one jumper to another, I want you to know that you need to be proud. There is every reason for you to be proud of our very own Jamaican nation language. It is our own unique, colorful way of expressing ourselves and telling our histories and our stories. Don't be afraid to chat your patois, but make sure, too, that in order for you to function in other sectors of society, make sure, too, that you know your English so that when you go abroad and when you interface with people who are not Jamaicans, you can stand above the rest and articulate yourself. Yes, sir, you asking a question? Yes, let me hear it, please. You're not asking. True. You hear what you said? Say it again. You have to learn a yard before you go abroad. You hear that from that little one out of the mouth of babes and sons. True little girl. Clap her, man. Clap her. So when you do a yard, learn all the time before you dance abroad and before you do whatever you do going out into the world. Make sure that the things that you learn at home, I wrote a poem entitled that, the things I learned at home are very important for your development and you're thriving and striving in the world that you live. Our summer river runs. Listen to this experience. Don't go down to that river, Sean. My mother would often say, as I told the gang tomorrow at the river watershed each day, summers were easygoing and devoid of any care. For boyhood was pure bliss and never entertained fear. And as the sun stung our skin like firebrands from the sky, our journey would begin down to that sweet by and by. We were seen as well-to-do by the ragged ghetto boys, but little did they know, you at home were my joys. And that little piece of heaven they lent to us each time made me forget I was always duty bound to shine. A normal boy diving in and out of the water's womb, a welcome respite from a dark, lonely room. But one thing I never knew exactly how to do was the famous sea lick that made one's hide black and blue. The boys from Cottage Pen had that all over us. And Port, a boy there who I grew up with, who I saw in the community, you know, they joined the community and knew through the years. Port knew best how to make you fight, was to make a youth fight the river does when it's lick you with feet. And they raise up and he'll come down by you. Let me tell you something, sister. I never encountered them things terrible teeth for once, though the alarm would ring falsely when some had the chance. We'd scamper away finding it was all a fake away, you know, and by the time, you hear the boy in the bottom of the river. Heal, 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 and everybody. Because we don't want to know you like And so we'd scamper away, finding it was all a fake, and laugh at our cowardice for the fabled water snake. These are my actual friends, you know, we're my actual friends. Greg, Junior, Sean, Kevin, Omar, two Marks, my friends. Little did we know how soon our childhood ends. That we'd scamper away all too soon, growing up for good, leading to new children, our old neck of the woods. No longer would we be blackened by the cruel sun and in turn whitened, water-soaked, make our summer river runs. Yes, children. And the very last piece, what I would like to share with you now is actually entitled Poetry is Out of Sight, but here's another one. Now, for this song, this is an educated poem, and I want you to listen carefully. And I'm going to, Madam Principal, I'm going to implore you to take a few of these pieces and distribute them or ask teachers how some of the children interact with them when somebody give you so desire. Because I believe they are good business, you know, as you can, you know. So poetry is out of sight. I wrote this for a group of students who were doing a little summer school with a teacher from Johnstown Primary and infant. They asked me to come and present, and I just wrote this piece to sum up what I had to say about poetry, writing poetry, what we need to know about poetry. Here we go. If you must be a poet indeed, listen, first you have to read. Let's hear that from you. Read. Then you must sit down and ponder, what will be my theme, I wonder? Or sometimes you must be alone and find yourself in a zone that gives you room to think of things you want to say, then spread your wings. And even if there are mistakes, it's all good. At first it takes trying hard till you become better at how poetry is done. Imagine writing for the world a masterpiece, boy and girl. Now after you have penned your thoughts, read again the poem you brought. It's time then for revision too. We all know about revision, right? Teacher does that at the end of every term and year. When you going about to do exams, it's time for revision 2 of grammar, spelling, to name a few. And as a plus, lastly, you can find yourself a helping hand. Someone who knows poetry to tell you what they think and see when they read your work of art. This is wise. This is smart. For they may have a clue or two to make it better. The poem, you and you and you and you do. So keep on scribbling your feelings down and tell of things you see around. Don't you? Poetry is out of sight. Yes, indeed. And of course, coming to the end of my presentation, the very last piece I will end with is a poem.
How long you say that?
Very important, and it's nutrition. And you children might have been hearing in the news, you know, the minister, General Minister Tufton, talking about cutting down on the sweet drinks and the sweet biscuits and the salt and all of those things. But there's another thing that I want you to take note of today. As little children growing up in this wonderfully blessed country, this wonderfully blessed island, and this poem is entitled, "The Fruits Will Have More Use." This is the very last piece. Everything they love cheese sticks, bag juice, and sweetie. Wouldn't you love that toast? Yes, everything they love cheese sticks, bag juice, and sweetie. Just like you when we used to eat it, so we know them nice, but I have to say, listen good as we talk, and you're going to learn enough today. You ever hear about that thing called vitamin C? You never hear about that? You ever hear about that thing called vitamin C? It protects you from cold and flu and make you healthy like me. But cheese tricks, bag juice and sweeties can't give this important thing where everybody needs to live. You see the artificial color them, where blue up your tongue, and the preservative them, they will mash your body down. You're not going to feel it now because you grow up a little more. If you continue to eat them, they'll sink your body for sure. But there's a thing called fruits where you see all the while, you pass them every day for 3 and they'll spoil. But let me tell you, them is natural, the best thing to eat. Because they have the good kind of sugar, not the candy type of sweet. Cool it down, stir up with mango and soursop, make you feel so alive with vitamin C. You just have to jump, skip, and hop. And bring good figures. Give me back iron to make your blood strong. Eat an orange and some cherry every day, and you never can go wrong. True, Madam Principal. True teachers. Yes, sir. And fruits, the lots of fiber. Make you pass your feces free and have it force it to come out. One time that was me. Fruits give your body water and we all need that to sweat. For if you clear not putting in liquid, and dehydration you have to get. So cut down on sweetie, cheese tricks and bag juice to your little growing body. The fruits then have more use. And when that's it repeat, the fruits then have more use. Come again to your little growing body.
The fruits
Then have more use. Come again, I said to you with part 2. To your little growing body.
The fruits
then have more use. Thank you, students. You were a wonderful bunch. And it was good for me to have to say you here today.
I think he deserves a bigger and better round of applause. Can we go again? Next, of those who can recite part of one of the poems. Yes, maybe. You said you have to be kind. That was mentioned in one of the poems. You can say one little verse and get more than that. One little line. High five. Hey, where? Yes, baby? Children should be kind. You're a listen. Share. Alright, high five. You're a listen man. Alright, so nobody can stand up and tell me one verse of the poem and stanza, rather. A story of fruits are more used. So the writing section is going to take away, alright? Alright, so, sir,
This. More.
Who have more hands, just a minute? Yes. I don't remember me, I want to something to go.
I need to, we have something to say.
Alright, nice. It's my small children, not the big children that you will do today.
Please.
Right, very good. High five. Yes. I repeat that part again. So you're going to stop eating sweet now and eat what? Alright, and eat fruits. Very good.
I want to say about the roughage. If you're not eating no roughage, you don't know
If you
what.
don't eat any roughage, what will happen?
I'm tired of it, you can't do. You never hear that part?
I've been forced it to come out.
Yes.
One time that was me. Still struggle with it sometimes because I was more of a problem. Yes, let me tell you about my experience. People have just said from experience, eat your food and your vegetables.
Yes.
On behalf of the Johnstown Primary family and my extended family, Arcada, Milton, and Bath Primary, we want to say a big thank you. We have a local hotel.
Yes, we want to use
See?
the points for
Normally when you're on the
festival.
books that when you
Yes.
take up a book and you look and you say, I wonder who named so. He's an author. And who's an author again? Right. You them owners are seeing the person who writes the book. Very good. Alright? And when you're writing, I said it yesterday that the one will try. Clap them, right. So, thank you again, sir. It was a pleasure to have you. And I do hope you enjoy the little audience that you have. And you can see that they learned something by one little line in the poetry they have over. Thank you again. Alright, one more round of applause for. Alright, so I know you might be feeling bored.
Hello everybody, this is Sean C. Harrison, your Jamaican singer, songwriter, poet, general writer. I'm with Mr. Dwayne Brown, who is with the youth arm of the Ministry of Education and Youth and Culture.
Youth education and youth.
Yes, right. So I am with him. He was the gentleman who arranged for me to come to the Johnstown Primary School to present to the students, and what a time it was. And so, I just want you to know that I'm available for functions and for presentations, to do talks, as well as perform my poetry. And I also have music. I do not sing as much as I do poetry now and other forms of expression. And it was my express pleasure to have been here today. And for those who never saw previous footage, this will be appended to my presentation, or this was appended to my presentation. I'm speaking in past tense. I don't even know what I'm saying, but still, you can contact me at the number 1-876-343-9783. That's 1-876-343-9783, and my email address is antofer@gmail.com. ANTOPHER@gmail.com. I'm a mental health and illness advocate, as I also have a struggle with mental illness, paranoid schizophrenia. So the whole topic is near to my heart, and so I give enlightening presentations and talks to educate people about what to expect concerning mental illness and mental health. I'm also a creative, as you know, so I do poetry, I do music, I write these courses. You can go on the Facebook platforms that I have 2 Facebook pages, and you can see my work, and you can also access my information and other work on YouTube as well as the internet in general, where you will see newspaper articles, television and radio interviews on YouTube too, and my music, some of my music posted there. So just do a general search, SEANC.Harrison, HARRISON, Jamaican poet, Jamaican singer, and you will see what I have there on the internet. I have quite a presence. So thank you, sir. It was my express pleasure to have been here.
And we know we're no longer with culture, so we're education and youth.
Okay, that was
I know
another
that
dispensation.
yes, another time.
Yes.
But thank you very much for
It was
coming,
my
and
pleasure.
trust me, I think the kids really enjoyed it today, and the adults too. All right, yeah, man, have a good
So I
day.
was told. Thank you again, and I look forward to engaging.
Yes, there will be
Again,
other things,
Yes. Yes,
and I'll be
ma'am.
sure to call you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
All the best.